Hello, good afternoon and welcome to Just Waiting for You. So what we're going to be doing today is just basic resistance exercises. You don't need anything fancy to do this, even though, although if you do have a couple of handheld weights like this, please feel free to use them. Other than that, just a couple of baked bean cans, or what I'm going to be using today is just a couple of bottles of water. So we're going to be doing a full body workout. So it's important to do resistance exercises because it helps to keep the muscles strong and also to support the skeleton as well. So yeah, we're just going to take it nice and steady. Obviously I'll talk you through it. Now, before we start, we do a warm-up. This is called a dumbbell swing. So you just need one weight for this. It just gets the muscles nice and warm, it gets the blood circulating around the body. So what we're going to do is stand with the feet apart, and you're going to bend the knees, swing the weight through the legs, and then take the weight above the head, but don't lean back, and just keep bending the knees and stretching up. So we're just going to do 20 of these. Okay, are we ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, nearly there, 15, 16, 17, 18, two more, 19, one more, 20. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to start now with the actual exercises. So first of all, we've got to call this supersets. So we're going to do one exercise and then the other. We're just going to do it in a little circuit. So first of all, we've got a chest press. So the chest press, it does as it says on the tin. It's a chest exercise. Now, not only is this one good to work the chest muscles, but also it works the tricep muscle in the back of the arm as well. So you'll need both of the weights for this. So we're going to stand with the feet apart, and you're going to soften the knees. Pull the tummy in towards the spine, and then what we're going to do is start with the two weights in line with the chest, lift the elbows. Now from there, we're just going to push the weights forward and then pull back. So we're just going to take it nice and steady. When we're doing these exercises, try not, because it's very tempting when we do that to want to do that with the body. The idea is to keep the body as still as possible, and then all the movement will just come from the chest area that we want it to work. Okay, so we're going to do 12. Are you with me? Here we go. 1, pull back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, one more, 12. Brilliant. So the next one in this superset is called a bent over row. So we've worked the chest muscles, now we're going to work the opposite muscles, the back. So a bent over row, I'll just stand to the side so that you can see. So again, my feet are still apart, the knees are soft, but this time, as you pull the tummy in, you're going to just slightly lean forward, and you're just going to let the weights hang. Now from there, you're going to pull the elbows up. So if I turn to face the front again, so pull the elbows up, so then the weights come into more or less where the rib cage is, and then control it back down. Okay, so this all works the upper back muscles. So we've got 12, here we go. And pull, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, one more, 12. Because we're supersetting, we're going to go back to that chest one again. So ready in the position, and again just check that the tummy's pulled in and the knees are soft. Here we go. 1, pull back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Great stuff. So back to the back one again. So remember, slightly leaning forward and pull up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, nearly there, 9, 10, 11, let's do one more, 12. I think we could do one more set. Yeah, go on, let's do it. Here we go, back with the chest ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, one more of the back ones. Here we go. And pull up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, one more, 12. Great stuff. So that's chest and back sorted. What we're going to do now, we're going to work the shoulders. So we've got a shoulder press for this one. Then there's an exercise, it's called around the world. So the shoulder press works the shoulders, and then around the world works this back muscle here at the side of the body. So I'll first of all show you the shoulder press. Now again, the shoulder press not only works the shoulder, but also it works the tricep in the back of the arm. Now, with all of these exercises, we've all got joint problems, aches and pains, but please just do what you can. Okay, so here we go. So again, that same position, it's feet apart, it's soft knees, and it's pulling the tummy in. So with the shoulder presses, what we're going to do is start with the weights near the ears and keep the elbows back. And we're going to raise the weights above the head and then back to that position again. And now with this one, again, it's very tempting to want to lean back. Try and keep everything, the body nice and straight. Okay, so we've got 12, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're going to superset this with the what I call the around the worlds. So what we're going to do with that is we're going to start with the weights in front of the body. Just have a slight bend in the elbows there. Now what we're going to do is take the arms out and up. So then you bring the weights together at the top of the head and then bring them all the way around again. Okay, so we've got 12, here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, nearly there, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, I don't know about you, but when I do that one, I can hear a lot of cracking and creaking going on. Okay, so you might hear it on here, so I do apologise for my creaking body. Here we go. So we're back with those shoulder presses again. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, back with those around the wheels. Remember that bend in the elbows. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, nearly there, 9, 10, 11, and one more, 12. Right, come on, one more set. We can do this. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Come on, squeeze a few more out. Come on, 10, 11. Come on, last one. 12. Oh, okay. Last 12 around the world. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come on, 2 more. 11. One more. 12. Excellent, well done. Right, we're just going to give a bit of a upper body, a little bit of a rest now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on to legs. First of all, we're going to do squats. Now, yeah, I know it's cringy. Every time you say a squat, it's like, oh. But they are very important because the muscles that you do when you squat is the muscles that you need to stay strong to just be able to help you to sit down and stand up. So it's very important. Again, work within your range of movement. Now with this one, you can feel free to put your weights down and just do it without. You can hold on to one or hold on to both of them. So I'm going to put one down, I'm just going to hold the one. Now I'm going to, you won't be able to see my face, which is probably not a bad thing. So I want you to see my legs because what we're going to do is stand with the feet apart. So you're going to turn the toes out. Now as you go down, let me just turn to the side because what you do is to stick your bottom out as if you're going to sit down on a seat. But work within your range of movement. Okay, so if your knees aren't too good or your hips, even if it's just a very small movement like that, as you can see, it's still working the joints and it's still helping to strengthen the thigh muscles and tone the bottom up as well, which is a bonus. So work within your range of movement. So we're just going to do 12 here. As you can see, I've got hold of the bottle. So, and remember, stick the bottom out as if you're going to sit down on the chair and come back up. So that's 1, 2. I do normally find with this one, 3, that my knees take a little while to get warmed up anyway. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Brilliant, well done. Okay, so obviously we've got another leg one in this superset. This one is a bit like a deadlift. It's really good for helping to work the back thigh, brilliant for toning up the bottom, but also it helps to strengthen the lower back. Now I'm going to have to just move this again, just very slight, because I need you to see how your back needs to be. So it's standing with the feet apart again. Now pull the tummy in towards the spine, and you're not actually doing anything with the weights, you're just letting them hang there. Now what you're going to do is take the hips back, and you're just going to let the weights hang and then stretch back up again. So again, work within your range of movement. I'll just show you. So slight bend in the knees, taking the hips back, pulling the tummy in, keeping the back nice and straight. So your back should be that flat that I can sit my cup of tea on there without spilling it. Maybe a biscuit as well. Okay, so we've got 12. Now we're going to take this one very steady. So soften those knees, feet apart, pull the tummy in, and here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, last one, and 12. So we're back to those squats again. So I'm just going to pop one weight down, hold on to the other one. Okay, here we go. So feet apart, remember you're sitting down on that imaginary chair. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, if you get hold of your other weight again, we'll do the deadlift. So again, nice soft knees, feet apart, pull the tummy in, just let the weights hang, take the hips back. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, nearly there, 11, one more, and 12. Brilliant. Okay, so it's the last of the squats. Here we go. Feet apart, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, one more. Brilliant. Okay, so it's the last of the deadlifts. Here we go. And these are called Romanian Deadlifts. Okay, so those knees nice and soft. Pull the tummy in. Just relax the arms with the weights in. Take the hips back. Here we go. 1, 2. Always make sure you come straight in between each one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, last one, and 12. Great stuff. Right, so the next superset, what we've got is arms. So we're going to do the bicep, the back of the arm, the tricep. So you'll need both of your weights. So I'll just pop that back on there. I better have moved it all. Here we go. Oh, that's fine. You can see my arms. That's perfect. Okay, so again, soften the knees. You'll be doing this in your sleep because I'll be saying it time and time again. You'll be doing it in your sleep, I'm telling you. Soften your knees. You'll be pulling your tummy in towards the spine. Now, we're doing the bicep, this part of the arm. So we're going to start with the weights at the sides of the body, and then we're going to curl up. Now, again, you will be tempted to throw yourself back, but what I personally do is just lean a little bit forward, not too much, just slightly forward, and then it just keeps the body a little bit more firmer. Keep the elbows tucked in as well to the sides of the body. So what we're going to do is bring the weights up, and as we do, we're going to give it a little twist, and then twist as we go back down. So we've got 12, here we go, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So with the tricep at the back of the arm, I'll stand to the side so that you can see. We're going to soften the knees, pull the tummy in, but what we're going to do is take the hips forward, and then you're going to just pop the bottles at the back there. Now it's important you keep the arms as straight as you can, and you're literally going to push them back. Okay, so we've got 12, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, one more, 12. Okay, so it's back to those biceps again. How are we ready? Keep the elbows tucked in, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, one more, 12. Okay, so back with the triceps again. Are we ready? And push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Brilliant. And biceps. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, nearly there, 10, 2 more, come on, you can do it, 11, last one, brilliant. Okay, so it's the last of the tricep on the push back, here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, one more, 12. Brilliant. Now, we're nearly there. We've got some stretches to do, but before we do that, I'm just going to show you, because we all want to work the waistline. So, what I'm going to show you is, it's called a hand-on-head side bend. Really good for the waist. So again, you're going to just stand with the feet apart, soften the knees, put the hand on the head. Now make sure that you get the elbow back. The further back the elbow, the more of a nice stretch you get in the waist. And just hold the weight at the side. Now try and keep the hips as still as possible. So when you do this, it's very tempting to want to tilt the hip. Try and keep it nice and still and just go down and then just come up straight in between each one. Okay, so I've got 12 on one side and 12 on the other. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, let's swap sides. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and one more, 12. Okay, let's do one more round. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Last one, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, one more, 12. Brilliant. Okay, so don't need the weights now because what we're going to do is just some stretches just to finish off with. So first of all, we're going to start off with the shoulders. So we're going to pop the arm out to the side and then keep it nice and straight. We're going to pull it across the body. Now using this other arm as a bit like a lever, we're then going to pull the arm in towards the body. So you should feel a nice stretch all in that shoulder area. Now I'm going to do this, I'm just going to count for 8, but if you want to do them again a little bit later on, do them for longer, then please do so. Okay, here we go. So just pull in, and then when we feel the stretch. So while we're doing this, still keep those knees nice and soft, and still keep the tummy pointing towards the spine as well, because again, even when you're stretching, it's quite possible that you can lean back. So if you're leaning back, it does put a lot of pressure on the lower back. So we need to try and avoid that. So keeping the knees soft, keeping the tummy pulled in, that's what will give you a solid base. Okay, here we go. So I will count 8 in my head because you're probably fed up of listening to me constantly counting. Okay, here we go. I'm going now. Right, okay, start. Brilliant. Okay, so we'll swap sides. So arm out, bring it across the body, pull in. Okay, so that's the shoulders done. So what we're going to stretch next is this muscle, the big back muscle here. And also, I like to incorporate the waist as well in this, so you just get a nice stretch when you pull down the side of the body. So, to start off with, pop the hand at the back of the head, but try not to pull your neck forward, okay? Once you've done that, you're going to take hold of the elbow and pull it in towards the side of the body, so then that's automatically stretching this back muscle. And then from there, keeping the hips still, just gently pull to the side. Try not to pull yourself forward. So the more at the side you get, the more of a lovely stretch you'll have running down the side of the body. So again, I'm going to count for 8. Now when we finish this stretch, make sure you come up straight in between. And then, okay, swap arms. And over. Love that stretch. It's really nice. So we're going to move on and stretch the chest muscles now. So there's a couple of ways of doing this. There's a more gentle way. Pop the hands in the small of the back, and again soften the knees forward to the in. And then just lift the chest and squeeze the shoulder blades together. So you should feel a nice stretch running across the chest. So you can do it that way, or if you wish, you can clasp the hands at the back and then lift up, whichever one you feel comfortable with. Okay, so I'm coming out at the seams there. So lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades. So we're going to hold it again for the count of 8. Here we go. Brilliant. Okay, so when we've done that, we're now going to stretch the back. So what we're going to do, it's called a pelvic tilt. Now it's a bit like standing up doing probably the Yogic Dog Stretch, to be honest, because what we're going to do is stand the feet apart. We're going to bend the knees and you're going to stick the bottom out, but then you're going to pull the hips forward and then straighten the legs. So I'll show you that again. We're going to bend the knees, stick the bottom out, pull the hips forward and straighten the legs. Again, bend the knees, stick the bottom out, pull the hips forward and straighten the legs. We'll do a couple more, it's quite nice. Here we go. Bend the knees, stick the bottom out, pull the hips forward and straighten the legs. Let's do one more. So bend the knees, stick the bottom out, pull the hips forward and straighten the legs. Excellent. Right, so now we're going to just move on to the calf muscle in the lower leg. So what we're going to do is take a step forward. Now keep the body nice and straight, put the hands in the small of the back, lift the chest and keep this back leg, the heel needs to be flat down on the floor at all times. So all you're going to do is bend the front knee, but don't lift that heel off, keep it down. So once we've got that stretch, we're going to hold it. Here we go. And swap legs. Here we go. So we're just going to stretch the hamstrings now. So the easiest one to do is to dig the heel in. Okay, so the supporting leg, the knee is bent slightly, and then you're going to take the hips forward. So you're going to lower the chest down. So you should feel a nice stretch running down the back of the leg. So we're going to hold that. And swap legs, dig the heel in, take the hips back. And so now we're just going to finish off with, we're going to bend the knees. I'm going to stretch up and bend the knees again and push up, right up to the ceiling. And again, bend the knees, stretch up and push away. Excellent, well done. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. I did have fish and chips for lunch and now I don't feel quite so guilty. Now I'm just done a workout, so thank you very much. So take care. Thanks ever so much for joining me. Keep safe and well, everybody. Bye.